Hello Gurukulians, Namaste to all. How are you? Hope you will be fine. So today we will start the video lecture for 12th class accountancy, and we will start the second chapter, that is change in profit sharing ratio. When the partners decide to change their profit sharing ratio, because the existence of partnership is based on agreement. So when old agreement comes to an end and the partners decided to share future profits in some other ratio, so there will be new agreement. So in such a case, when there is a change in profit sharing ratio, so some partners either sacrifices some of their shares or gain in some of their shares. Like there are three partners, A, B and C. They are distributing profits in the ratio of 3 to 1. This is the old ratio. Now they decided that they will share future profits in equal ratio, that is 1, 1, 1. This is the new ratio. So in such situation, when profit sharing ratio is changed, some partner will sacrifice some of their shares and some will gain. So for this purpose, we will calculate sacrificing ratio and gaining ratio. The formula for sacrificing ratio is old ratio minus new ratio. See here, the old share of partners are 3 to 1. So in case of A, old share is 3 upon total 6, 3 by 6, minus new share is 1 upon total 1 by 3, LCM 6. So here 3 minus 2, that is 1 by 6. So A will sacrifice from his share, from his total share 1 by 6 in favor of others. Now B. B's old share is 2 upon total 2 by 6, minus new share is 1 by 3. LCM is 6. So here 2 minus 2. That is 0. It means he neither sacrifices nor gains, because his share was earlier 2 by 6 means 1 by 3 and new is also 1 by 3. So both shares are equal. It means he neither sacrifices nor gains. And C, old share is 1 upon total 1 by 6 minus new share is 1 by 3. So 6. So here 1 minus 2, that is minus 1 upon 6. So if answer comes negative, he will gain, because his share, old share is this 1 by 6, that is less new share is more 1 by 3 here. So when the share of a partner is increases, it means he will gain. So when your answer comes in negative, that is he will gain. So here A sacrifices by 1 by 6, B has no loss, no gain, no profit, no gain, and C is gaining by 1 by 6 share. So this is the sacrificing ratio, old ratio minus new ratio. And gaining ratio, we can calculate gaining ratio by applying this formula. New ratio minus old ratio. If you want to calculate gaining ratio, use this. This is new ratio minus old ratio. If your answer is positive, then the partner will gain. If your answer is negative, the partner will sacrifice. So in both the methods, you can apply any of one. If you apply this formula, sacrificing ratio, old minus new, your answer is positive, the partner will sacrifice. If your answer is negative, the partner will gain. On the other hand, if you use this formula, new minus old ratio, if your answer is positive, then partner will gain. If your answer is negative, partner will sacrifice. So in both of the two, you can use any. In most of the cases, we use the formula of sacrificing ratio. At the time of admission or change in profit sharing ratio, when profit sharing ratio changes, admission of a partner or a partner retires from the firm, a partner dies, or in other cases like amalgamation of two firms, the firm calculate the value of goodwill. Calculation of goodwill. And this goodwill is recorded in the books of accounts. So first of all, you should know what is the meaning of goodwill. Goodwill is the reputation of business, which arises due to old connections, or the business is going on, business is running for the past many years, 15 years, 20 years. So whenever an old customer goes to the old place, old businessman, because of his reputation, because of his goodwill. So, whenever a businessman earns more profits in comparison to others, that is only because of his goodwill. So, goodwill is the reputation or good name, you can say good fame, which arises due to old connections. And goodwill may be divided in two categories. One is purchased goodwill, second is self-acquired goodwill. What is purchased goodwill? When well-established business is purchased and excess amount paid to the seller will be treated as purchased goodwill. For example, a new business is purchased and total value of net assets, means assets minus liabilities, is rupees 10 lakh. And it is purchased for rupees 12 lakh, then 2 lakh amount extra paid will be treated as purchased goodwill. Second is self-acquired goodwill. Self-acquired goodwill is that when a business is continued from the past 15-20 years, so this business will earn excess profits in comparison to other business. So this capacity to earn excess profits other than other businesses will be treated as goodwill, and that is self-acquired or self-generated goodwill. So whatever is the case, we have to calculate the goodwill by different methods. And one thing more, whenever we record the goodwill in books of accounts, we record only purchased goodwill. Self-generated goodwill is not recorded in books at all. Okay, now we will study the calculation of goodwill. So to calculate goodwill, there are 4 methods. First, average profit method. Second, super profit method. Third is capitalization method. So in third method, again there are 2 parts. First, capitalization of average profits. Second, capitalization of super profits. So in this way, we can say that there are 4 methods to calculate goodwill: average profit method, super profit method, capitalization of average profit method, and capitalization of super profit method. So we will study how to calculate the goodwill by applying all these 4 methods. So first method is average profit method. So under this method, to calculate goodwill, we apply the formula goodwill is equal to average profit into number of years purchase. This is the formula. First, average profit. If profits are given to us for the past 4 years, 3 years, 5 years, so first we will take the average. Like 4 years profit are given, add the profits of 4 years and divided it by 4 and multiply it by number of years purchased. Number of years purchased means whatever is the trend of profits we have earned in the past, for how many years it will continue in future. So this number of years purchase will be given to you in the question. Now we will take an example. A and B, 2 partners are running a partnership firm and sharing profits and losses in equal ratio. They have earned profits in last 3 years, like 2017, 2018, 2019. Profits are 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. So first you will take average profit. So take the average, add the profits, 20 plus 30 plus 40 divided by 3. So it will be 90,000 divided by 3, 30,000. This is the average profit. And this will be given in question if you are asked to calculate goodwill on the basis of 2 years purchase. So you will multiply it by 2. So here goodwill will be average profit, that is 30,000 into number of years purchased to rupees 60,000. So in this way you will calculate goodwill by applying this method in average profit method. So whenever average profits are taken, whenever we average the profits of previous years, there are some points which should be kept in mind. So these points are: number 1, abnormal gain. Abnormal gains are those profits which are earned in a particular year only because of abnormal conditions. Sometimes in a particular year the conditions are favorable and businessman earns extra profits in comparison to other years. So such profits are not generally earned in all the years. So when in any year's profit any abnormal gain is included, so we will deduct that abnormal gain from the profits of that year. Like in the profits of 2017, there are abnormal gains of rupees 5,000. So we will deduct rupees 5,000 in this way. Second, abnormal loss. Abnormal loss is that loss which arises in a particular year because of any abnormal conditions, like fire occurred in godown and some of goods has burnt in fire. So we have incurred a loss. The profits of that year will reduced. There may be other reasons like loss due to fire, or you can see the current situation, coronavirus. So businessmen are suffering large amount of losses in this year, so profits will reduce. So in any year, if any abnormal loss is there in the profits, it is included in the profits, or due to such abnormal loss profits are reduced, so we will again add back these abnormal loss. Like in the year of 2018, a fire was occurred and goods of rupees 10,000 were burnt in fire. So profits of that year were reduced by 10,000, so we will add rupees 10,000. Third, any non-business income. Any income which is not directly earned from business activities is included in the profits of any year that will be deducted, like interest on investments. Investments mean we invest our excess or surplus money outside the business on which interest is received. So such interest on investment is treated as non-business income, so we will reduce or we will deduct that non-business income out of the profit of that year. Like in the profits of 2019, income from investment is included rupees 5,000. So we will reduce, we will deduct this 5,000. Now take the average. Or there may be other causes like annual charge. Annual charge means any management cost. Management has to incur a particular expense in all the years, like insurance. Earlier, the property is not insured. In future, it is decided that godown is to be insured and every year insurance premium is to be paid. Then such insurance premium will be deducted from the profits of all the years. That is annual charge. Or it may be remuneration of partners. Earlier, remuneration of partners were not shown here when partners will be paid salary, commission or other. So we will deduct it from the profits of all the years. Another point, sometime it may happen that a particular asset is purchased, like computer is purchased for rupees 50,000, and wrongly it was charged to revenue. Charged to revenue means it is shown to the debit side of profit and loss account. When computer is purchased, it is a capital expenditure, so it should be shown in balance sheet. But wrongly it was recorded to profit and loss account, so that will reduce the profit. So when such any asset is purchased like computer and due to this profits are decreased, so we will again add it back to the profits. And on the other hand, if depreciation is charged on that asset, so depreciation is an expense, it will reduce the profits, so we will again add it to the profits of that year. So in this way, after adding or deducting, we will take the average and multiply it by number of years purchased. In this way, we can calculate the goodwill. In the same method, there is one more method, that is weighted average profit method. Weighted average profit method. So in this method, weights are assigned to different years according to their weightage, according to their importance, significance. Like profits of 3 years are given 2017, 18, profits are 10,000, 15,000 20,000 and weights. The weights will be given to you in the question like 1, 2, 3. We gave more weightage to the profits of the recent year because the recent year's conditions are closely similar to the current year, and profits of the previous years like 18 weightage is given less, again profits for 17 more less weightage is given. Now calculate the product, multiply it by 10,000, 30,000, then 60,000. So total 1 lakh. Total of weights is 6. Now first calculate weighted average profit. Weighted average profit. It is equal to total of product upon total of weights. So here total of product is 1 lakh divided by total of weight 6. It is 16,666.67. And goodwill will be weighted average profit into number of years purchased. So number of years purchased, if it is given 2, to multiply it by 2. That will be the value of goodwill. So this is the first method. Now second method. That is super profit method. So under this method, to calculate goodwill, the formula used is goodwill is equal to super profit into number of years purchased. So what is super profit? Super profit is that profit which is over and above the normal profits. It means if a particular businessman is earning excess profits in comparison to others, that is called as super profit. And super profit will be average profit minus normal profit. So average profit you will calculate like as first method. Now normal profit. Normal profit will be calculated by applying this formula, that is capital employed into NRR, normal rate of return, upon 100. So what is capital employed? Capital employed means, and normal rate of return will be given to you in the question. Normal rate of return is that rate which is normally the profit earned by other businessmen on capital employed. So capital employed, either capital invested by partners in business, or there is other formula to calculate capital employed. Net assets. Net assets means total assets minus total liabilities. So assets minus liabilities, that will be capital employed. So multiplied it by NRR, that may be 10%, 20%, it will be given to you in the question. So you can calculate normal profit and deduct normal profit out of average profit, that will be super profit. And goodwill will be super profit into number of years purchase. In this way, you can calculate goodwill by super profit method. Take an example. If in a firm, average profits are rupees 50,000, capital employed is 4 lakh normal rate of return NRR 10%, calculate goodwill on the basis of 2 years purchase, then average profit is 50,000, calculate normal profit, is equal to capital employed into NRR upon 100. So 4 lakh into 10 upon 100, that will be 40,000. And super profit, it will be average profit minus normal profit. So average profit is 50,000 minus normal profit is 40,000, that is 10,000. It is super profit, and goodwill will be super profit into number of years purchased. So super profit is 10,000 into 2, that is 20,000. So in this way you can calculate the goodwill. In some questions you may be given the goodwill. Goodwill you will be given already. Number of years purchased will be given. You have to calculate the average profits. Then first apply this formula here, put the value of goodwill and number of years purchased, so you can calculate super profit. Again come in this formula, you know the super profit, average profit you can take average, or average profit you have to find out, then normal profit calculate. Apply in this formula, in this way you can calculate average profits. So this is the second method. Now third method is capitalization of average profit method. So under this method, to calculate goodwill, we use the formula capitalized value of average profit minus capital employed. This is the formula to calculate goodwill. Capitalized value of average profit minus capital employed. Then what is capitalized value of average profit? It means how much capital is needed to earn such profits, and it will be calculated capitalized value of average profit is equal to capitalized value of average profit will be average profit into 100 upon NRR. So in this way you can calculate capitalized value of average profit and deduct capital employed out of it, that will be the value of goodwill. For example, in a question profits are given, so first you will take the average. If it is average profit is 30,000 and capital employed that is 2 lakh, NRR is 10%. Calculate the value of goodwill by capitalization of average profit method. So first calculate the capitalized value of average profit, that will be average profit, that is 30,000 into 100 upon NRR, that is 10, so it is 3 lakh, and capital employed is 2 lakh. So apply in this formula, capitalized value of goodwill is equal to capitalized value of average profit, that is 30,000, 3 lakh, this is 3 lakh, minus capital employed, that is 2 lakh. So value of goodwill will be rupees 1 lakh. And last method is fourth, capitalization of super profit method. This is the fourth method, capitalization of super profit method. So in this method you can calculate the value of goodwill Formula is super profit into 100 upon NRR. So by applying this formula, you can calculate the value of goodwill. Then how will you calculate super profit? Same as you have studied in second method. Super profit is equal to average profit minus normal profit. So first calculate super profit, then multiply it by 100 and divide it by NRR. So in this way, you can calculate the value of goodwill by capitalization of super profit method. How to calculate super profit, average profit, normal profit, we have already discussed. So today we have studied about the valuation of goodwill. So 4 methods we have discussed. So it's for further practice, various illustrations and questions from exercise I will send you through the PDF. So you can download the PDF and see the various illustrations and exercise questions, and all are supposed to solve all the practical questions or unsolved numericals in your notebook. That's all. Thank you.